Hi friends, in this episode we will see about the government bonds. So government bonds is the safest bonds to hold for your debt portfolio. But the government bonds has a impact on your small savings schemes also due to the formulas based on this 10-year government bond. So we will look about what are the government bond rates trading in the market actually. So these are the different countries: United States, UK, Japan, Australia, India. So these are the government bonds trading in the market. So it will be fluctuating daily based on the interest rate or economic scenarios. So here, if you see here, Indian government bond is 7.36050 is the rate actually. So if you go to the United States, the rate is 3.8280 is the rate. The Japan has the lowest rate. China has the 2.90. So you see the reason behind this 10-year government bond rose to 7.36. The highest in February due to the Reserve Bank of India raised the 25 basis point to 6.5. So the interest rate will be keep on this bond rates, that yield will be keep on fluctuating. So this is 1 year India 10-year government bond. So if you see for last 1 year, it has fluctuated from 6.80 to 7.4. What is the bond yield? I will show in the coming slides how to calculate it. So this is the fluctuations for the 1 year. If you go to the 5-year period, so this is the fluctuation actually. In 2020, it went to below 6. Then it's after the RBI raising the interest rate, it's come back again to 7.36. It has fallen from 8 to in this 2018 here. From it's fallen down. So that if you go to the 10-year rate, this is the fluctuation. So if you go to the 25 years rate, it has fallen from 12% low to 5%, again this to 5%. Then this bonds will be traded every day in the market, debt market. So the yields will be keep on rising and falling. So when you are planning for the retirement thing, you need to have a steady cash flows coming to your bank account. So these things will affect you during your retirement. What will be the interest rate, how the bonds are trading in the market. So it will be affect you. So when you are planning for your retirement, you should plan for your safe and steady returns also, how we can overcome these kind of interest rate fluctuations. Or else in your lifelong, you will be going to see these fluctuations in your life or during your retirement period also. So if you see here, so the 10-year bond, what is the yield rate? The 2-year bond, what is the yield rate? 30-year government bonds, what is the yield rate? 3-year government bond, what is the 5-year, 6 months, 7 years? So these are the different period of a government bonds traded in the market. If you see here, this is from the period of 1994 to 2002 historical period. So here if you see here, the highest rate it went to 14.76 actually. So here also I was shown here, right? This is the thing actually. So the lowest it went to 4.96 in the 1992 2023 period actually. Frequency is daily. If you see the US government bond, you mostly see in the news that Fed has increased the interest rates, the bond rates, the fluctuating like that. So you need to know the US government bond rates also, because most of us are investing then based on that US markets, our Indian markets also fluctuates. So this is how the fluctuation on the 10-year time period for the US government bond 10 years actually. So here it went to 3, then it went to below 1, then again started rising to control the inflation. The Fed is rising it, the interest rates there, so that bond yields are rising it again actually. So this is how it impacts. So how will you impact your small saving schemes also? I will go through it. So this is a government bond. The bond price is, suppose I have taken 100, the interest rate is 7.1. The yield is annual interest rate divided by the current market price. So you need to know inverse relationship between the yield and the price of the bond. So this is the basic you need to know. Price of the bond goes up, the yield falls. The price of the bond goes down, the yield goes up actually. So you will see in the Indian government bond, the yield goes up, right? So when the price of the bonds goes down, so when the price of bond goes down, the yield goes up. When the price of the bond goes up, the yield falls. So it's inversely proportional. So this is how the formula for calculating the yield also. The yield will be daily, it will be fluctuating. So if you are holding the bonds till maturity, then that is called as yield to maturity. How if I am buying the bond and holding till the maturity of 30 years or 5 years means what will be the coupon rate I will get it. That is yield to maturity. Here the yield will be keep on changing based on this bond price of bonds fluctuating daily. So this formula for small savings schemes is based on the government securities yields plus markup. So that is the formula that 2016 government has introduced. They will reset every quarter by the government. So from April to April, May, June, there will be revision in the rates of the small savings schemes. So similarly, if you see here from April 2020, the PPF rates is continues to earn 7.1 and Sukanya Samriddhi schemes is 7.6 only. They have not changed the interest rates for these two schemes. So in a fixed rate periods, NSC, then senior citizen saving, Kisan Vikas Patra, then post office monthly income saving, post office time deposits. The rate at which the investment stays same until maturity. Suppose the interest is 8% means that interest will be same maintained till your maturity. The new rates announced each quarter apply only to the investments made in that. So whenever you're making the new investment, that investments will be applicable till that time actually. Whenever you are doing that particular time period of 3 months, so once they are resetting the period, that will be the interest rate. So in case of PPF and Sukanya Samriddhi scheme, the rates applicable on investments keep changing throughout the tenure. So this is the major risk in your PPF and small saving this Sukanya Samriddhi schemes. So the rates announced for each quarter will apply to the accumulated corpus. So you are accumulating the corpus for the PPF in the retirement corpus. Whenever the government brings down the interest rate or the interest rate is stagnant, so you will not able to get the much in the upsides also, because now the interest rate has increased, the government has not increased. So you will be getting the same interest rate from 2020, that's both the schemes actually. The accumulated corpus will get affected whenever the new rates is applicable. So this is the major risk in your PPF and Sukanya Samriddhi schemes also. So whenever the interest rate they are changing actually. So when you are planning for your retirement thing, so this you need to keep a watch on these government bonds actually. Government bonds, what is the yield and how the rates are fluctuating, what's the RBI saying about the inflation and interest rates. So you need to plan in such a way that your retirement corpus, you should not be fluctuating, or rather than checking the accounts, what is the interest rate, how it's going during your retirement. It will affect your end corpus also, because you have planned for X amount of monthly amount, but when you, due to this interest rate fall or due to economy bad or this thing, you will get affected. So you need to plan in such a way also, you will not get most of the things unaffected by these market movements in your retirement portfolio. Thanks for watching.